This is the last section in chapter 4, area of a triangle. So if I look at triangles 1 and 2, they certainly are equal in area, right? And so are triangles 3 and 4. Well, remember that we find the area, so I could take this whole rectangle, okay, and I take the base times the height, and then I could cut half of the area to get my half base times height. Well, the problem is you usually are not given the information of both the base and height, but maybe you know two of the sides and an angle. So in other words, a side, angle, side. These are your formulas. So it should be on your formula sheet and you just use them. You should like this section. It's just straight formulas and then using the formulas. So let's look at this first one. It says find the area of the triangle for which A equals 8, B equals 6, and C equals 30 degrees. And so all I'm going to do to find my pencil first is I'm going to take 1/2 8 times 6 times the sine of 30 degrees. And please be sure these are on your formula sheet, because for some reason students miss putting these on their formula sheets. So of course I get 24 and then the sine of 30 degrees, 1/2, so I get 12. All right, if we have a side, side, side and we want to find the area, okay, so if 3 sides are known, we use this Herons Formula to find the area, which is the square root of S and then S minus A, S minus B, S minus C, where S is 1/2 all the 3 sides added together. Okay, so once again, be sure you have this handy. So find the area whose triangles are side 4, 5, 7. So I simply find S first, which is 1/2 4 plus 5 plus 7, and you should get 8. And now using my formula, I do the square root of 8, and then 8 minus the first side, 8 minus the next side, and 8 minus the last side. And you should get the square root of 96, which can be broken down into 16 times 6. And then of course the square root of 16 is 4, and square root of 6, if you need an exact answer. All right, so as you can probably guess, these are pretty simple, just plugging in formulas. So how could your mean teacher make these harder? Word problem. Haha. All right, again, the word problems aren't so bad if you recognize which formula to use. So we have this, we're designing a garden, and 2 sides of the garden are formed by the sidewalks in front of buildings A and in front of buildings B, and we have these sides here. Together they form a 53-degree angle. The third side here is 160 feet, and I want to be able to find this area. All right, because the height is unknown, then we cannot just simply use our 1/2 base times height formula, and we have 3 sides. And you might say, but yeah, but you also have an angle. That's to trick you. That's what we do, right? If you have 3 sides, then using this formula, I plug in, find my S, and then I use Heron's formula to find the actual area, and I get my answer. All right, so just be careful that, one, you have these formulas, because like I said, for some reason, especially the first one that I showed with the side angle side, students miss those a lot on the test, and I think they just forget. So these are the only area formulas that we've had with triangles, so don't forget them. All right, see you next chapter. Woo! It's been a ride, hasn't it?